I'll never forget that night, the night my father thought he'd break a woman in front of hundreds of people and ended up lighting the fire that would burn his own kingdom down. It was a charity gala at the Rosemont Grand Hotel chandeliers, throwing gold light over every table, the air thick with perfume, expensive champagne, and the smug laughter of people who thought their names meant more than their souls. I wasn't supposed to be there. My father, Daniel Prescott, made sure of that. Kids don't belong at grown-up events, he'd bark before dumping me with a nanny. But I'd learned early that the truth about powerful people always comes out when they think no one small is watching. From the marble balcony, I spotted her, Mariah Carter, my old stepmom. She was moving through the crowd in a deep plum gown, that calm confidence she always carried like armor. I'd only been 6 when Dad threw her out for someone younger, flashier, but in 3 short years, she'd become one of the top event designers in the state. This ballroom was her creation, every table set like a piece of art, orchids spilling from the ceiling like waterfalls. And I remembered. She was the only one who ever braided my hair, who read me stories even when Dad demanded her attention instead. The only person who looked at me like I was more than a burden. The auction was just about to start when Dad arrived, scarlet red dress on his new fiance's arm, his smile sharp as a blade. He made his rounds, mayor, district attorney, wealthy donors shaking hands like he owned them. Then Mariah stepped on stage to welcome everyone and thank them for supporting the children's hospital. And that's when he struck. Well, well, his voice boomed, Mariah Carter. From cleaning my house to, what is it you call yourself now, event designer? His laugh cut the air like broken glass. We should applaud her journey from maid to whatever this is. The room went dead quiet. Every eye on her, every ear waiting. Scarlett's giggle beside him was like nails on glass. He kept going, mocking her marriage, implying she only got clients by teaching women how to gold dig. Mariah didn't flinch. She stepped forward, her voice even. Is that what you were going to say, Daniel? The same thing you said the night you backhanded me for outshining you. Or when you forged my signature so I'd leave with nothing. The air turned electric. She walked toward him, calm, regal. You want to talk about breeding? My mom worked 3 jobs to put herself through nursing school. My dad taught high school for 35 years. They taught me character is a choice you make every day. And yes, I did rise above my station, the station of being your victim. Then her voice cut like a bell. I don't just design events, Daniel. I design resurrections. I take the ashes men like you leave behind and help women rise from them, phoenix after phoenix. The applause shook the walls. Real applause, not polite society claps. My father stood frozen, glass in hand, watching his grip on the room slip through his fingers. And me, I had my phone out. Evidence file number 1. That night, Operation Phoenix was born. 3 weeks later, I set my first trap. Dad and Scarlett were planning their grand engagement party. I made a few calls in Scarlett's Voice Country Club, canceled caterers, pulled out chaos everywhere. Then I innocently suggested maybe Mariah could fix it. Scarlett caved within hours, offering her triple the fee. The day Mariah walked into our house, I made sure she saw me first. I missed you, I whispered when she hugged me, and for just a moment I felt the warmth I'd been starving for. She worked magic, new caterers, venue, saved staff, whipped into shape. And when Dad finally saw her in his home, he went rigid. What the hell is she doing here? He hissed. Saving your party, she said without looking up. If you have concerns, talk to your fiancé. I have 48 hours to turn chaos into magic. She walked past him like he was just furniture. I caught it all on camera. By the night of the party, the mansion was glowing under fairy lights and silk drapes. Guests whispered about how his ex-wife was running the show, about how perfect everything looked. And then Grayson Hale arrived. Billionaire philanthropist, the kind of man who gave away millions without taking a bow. He found Mariah in the crowd without even looking, like his compass had always pointed to her. I accidentally introduced them. He asked about her work. She kept it professional, but I saw the spark. And I saw Dad watching from across the room, jaw tight. When dessert rolled out, a 7-tier masterpiece Mariah had conjured from thin air, Scarlett read the speech Mariah wrote, praising her by name. The applause drowned out the music, and Dad's smile cracked. That was the night I decided the endgame wouldn't just be about revenge. It would be about replacing everything he'd destroyed with something better. The next big move came at the state business gala. I'd made sure Mariah would be honored as Entrepreneur of the Year, forged emails, planted praise from powerful people, all steering the vote. Dad showed up thinking he'd charm the crowd. Instead, the president of the alliance announced his membership had been suspended for financial misconduct. Mariah's speech was flawless. She looked straight at him when she said, "When you've lost everything, you're free to become anything." And then I stood up. "I have recordings of him admitting to every accusation you've heard tonight," I told the crowd. "I have documents, videos, including him hurting Mariah." Security moved in. Scarlett slipped off her ring and left him standing alone. The press swarmed, and I smiled because every camera caught the exact moment he realized the only person still on his side was walking away. From there, it was a domino line. I dropped evidence with the FBI, found letters he'd hidden confessing things in his own hand. At a custody hearing, I told the judge exactly what it was like growing up invisible, every birthday missed, every school play ignored, unless there was a camera. The court terminated his rights on the spot. The final blow came at his last desperate stunt, crashing a memorial garden Mariah had built for her mother. He arrived with a lawyer and a reporter, ready to smear her as a neglectful daughter. Instead, the hospice director read visitor logs proving Mariah had never left her mom's side. Then I hit play on a recording of him saying, "Your mother's dying good. Maybe you'll stop using her as an excuse." He left that garden a shell of a man. Months later, the FBI trial ended with him in cuffs facing decades. By then, Mariah had adopted me. Stella, my aunt, was my co-guardian. And Grayson, well, let's just say there was a ring on Mariah's finger, and for the first time in years, our house was a home. Now people always ask me if I forgive him. The truth, no. Forgiveness is for people who change. He never wanted to. I don't carry hate for him either. That would mean he still mattered. What I carry is the life I built in spite of him. The family I chose, the proof that the best revenge isn't destroying your enemy. It's making them irrelevant. So here's my question for you: when someone's used power to hurt and humiliate, do they deserve a second chance if they say they've changed? Or is walking away the only way to win? Tell me what you think, because I've lived my answer, and I'm curious about yours.